Welcome to Story Never End, the show where we crack open the classics and find out they were secretly writing about us. Today, we're unpacking a book from 130 years ago that basically predicted filters, influencers, and the whole idea of a personal brand.
Ooh.
The setup is simple. A young man, so that he can stay beautiful forever, outsources all of his aging, his ugliness, and his sins to something else.
Wait, outsourcing your ugliness? Isn't that like exactly what all of us are quietly doing right now?
Tell me.
Okay, here's the 2026 version. Picture a startup called Eternal Mirror. You let it train a hyper-realistic AI avatar of you, using all your best photos, your most polished clips. And that avatar lives in the cloud, showing up for you on every platform, every video call, forever young, forever flawless, forever zero negativity.
Sounds amazing. So what's the catch? There's always a catch.
The catch is you, the real you, the offline you that nobody sees. You quietly carry all of it. Every late night, every binge, every hangover, every shady little thing you do at 3 a.m. It all sinks into a back-end ledger you never have to open. The more flawless the avatar gets out front, the faster the real you rots in the back.
Right. You just described, almost word for word, Oscar Wilde's The Picture of Dorian Gray. The only difference is he didn't have the cloud, so his back end was a painting.
Hold on. Someone wrote this 130 years ago? That is way too on the nose.
It starts in a painter's studio. The painter, Basil Hallward, is good, gifted, and genuinely worships beauty. And he's just finished the best thing he's ever made, a portrait of an impossibly beautiful young man, Dorian Gray.
So in 2026 terms, Basil is the idealistic engineer who wrote the original algorithm. He truly believes the thing he made is pure and beautiful.
Exactly. And he knows he's put too much of himself into it. He's actually afraid to show the painting because, and this is his line, every portrait that is painted with feeling is a portrait of the artist, not of the sitter.
Whoa. So whatever we make, a video, a product, a post, we're secretly exposing our own desires and fears. Handing the work over is like getting undressed in front of the whole world.
Right. But there's a third person in that studio, Lord Henry, and he is the fuse on this whole tragedy. Cynical, full of clever poison, and impossibly charming.
Oh, I know this guy. He's the thought leader who sits next to you, dropping these slick, quotable little lines, never actually responsible for anything. Twitter is full of them. They shape everyone else and walk away clean.
And Henry's entire worldview is built on pleasure. He's got one line that's basically the poison at the core of the book. Nothing can cure the soul but the senses, just as nothing can cure the senses but the soul.
Sounds deep.
Translated.
Translate it and it's just stop thinking, go chase the high. Feeling empty, go chase a bigger one. That's the opening line of the entire attention economy. Every app is built on that sentence.
And then there's an even more dangerous one. Henry says, the only way to get rid of a temptation is to yield to it.
Don't resist. See it, buy it, want it, have it. Don't suppress the craving, satisfy it instantly. Honestly, Henry is the algorithm, whispering in Dorian's ear, here, next one.
Under all that, Dorian stands in front of his own perfect portrait, and for the first time, he feels fear, because he realizes he will age, and the painting won't. He even gets jealous of it. He says, I am jealous of everything whose beauty does not die. I am jealous of the portrait you have painted of me.
Ooh, that's the feeling. That's the exact sour twist in your stomach at 2 a.m. scrolling someone's perfect highlight reel. Why does the version on the screen get to stay frozen at its best? Except Dorian is jealous of his own filtered version.
So he makes a wish. He says, if it were I who was to be always young and the picture that was to grow old, I would give my soul for that.
That's the terms of service for the cloud service. He clicked, I agree, without blinking. From that moment on, the avatar carries everything, and the real him just stays gorgeous.
And the wish comes true. From then on, every cruel thing he does, every dissent, every line that time should carve into his face, none of it lands on him. It quietly creeps onto the painting, and he stays frozen at his most perfect moment.
4.9 stars out front, 1-star reviews silently piling up in the back. The classic split. public persona versus private backend. I mean, don't we all have two selves in our phones now? The version we post to the story, and the barefaced 2 a.m. one nobody gets to see.
Now, Wilde does something brutal. He gives Dorian a love story with a stage actress, Sybil Vane. But notice, Dorian doesn't love her, the person.
Then what does he love?
The characters she plays on stage, Juliet, Rosalind. To him, she's a perfect piece of content.
Oh no, I see where this is going. He loves the persona, not the person.
Exactly. And the moment she actually falls for him, she can't act anymore because she's finally tasted something real and she can't fake love on stage now. The night her performance falls apart, he humiliates her and dumps her on the spot.
Because she lost followers. She went from flawless content to a real human being with messy feelings, and he unfollowed instantly. That's cancel culture in 2026. We love the influencer's perfect image, and the second they show something real, fragile, imperfect, we turn on them, pile on, unsubscribe. We consume the persona, not the person.
And that night, Sybil kills herself. That's Dorian's first real sin. He goes home, and the painting has changed. A touch of cruelty around the mouth. The painting has started keeping his books.
First deduction logged in the back end, and out front, not a single wrinkle.
He has a flicker of remorse. He wants to make it right. But Henry, with a few elegant sentences, basically does PR on his guilt, tells him to treat it as a beautiful, finished tragedy and move on. So Dorian covers the painting, locks it in the attic, out of sight.
Classic move. Don't fix the problem, just mute the notifications and hide the folder.
And that painting, Wilde calls it the visible emblem of conscience. Dorian has literally locked his own conscience in the darkest corner of the attic. And he spends the next 18 years living a double life.
18 years.
By day, the most charming man in high society. By night, hat pulled low, slipping into the filthiest opium dens in the city. And nobody connects the two Dorians because his face stays innocent as an angel.
Two accounts, the verified public one and the anonymous 3 a.m. Finsta. And he gets away with everything because his face has zero history. No wrinkles, no screenshots, no evidence.
Until one foggy night, the creator himself, Basil, stops him. Basil has heard all the rumors. He doesn't believe them. He wants to ask Dorian to his face. So Dorian makes an insane decision. He shows Basil the painting.
He lets the engineer see exactly what his creation turned into.
Basil sees a rotten, twisted, sin-soaked face, but still recognizably Dorian. He's horrified. He begs Dorian to pray, to repent. And Dorian's response is to pick up a knife and murder him.
He killed the engineer. He killed the one person who still remembered what his original code was supposed to look like, the last witness to his conscience. In 2026 terms, he blocked and deleted every voice that reminded him, "You've changed," permanently mooted his only honest friend.
And it's not over. Remember Sybil, who killed herself? She had a brother, James Vane, who swore revenge. 18 years later, James comes for him. The past comes back to collect.
Oh, that is so 2026. That's the old screenshot, the buried clip you thought you deleted, suddenly resurfacing and blowing up online 18 years later. James is the receipt with your name on it, coming back with all the rage.
And for a while, Dorian's 20-year-old face actually fools James, who figures his sister's killer would be middle-aged by now, not this beautiful young man. Even time has become his alibi.
The irony is unreal.
We reach the end. Dorian can't take it. The painting is too hideous, too damning. It's the only ledger, the only evidence of everything he's done. So he thinks, destroy the painting, and I'm free. I can start over. He takes the same knife he used on Basil, and he stabs the canvas.
He's trying to delete the back-end database, thinking if he wipes the ledger, the debt disappears, and he can reset, open a fresh account.
The servants hear a scream and run up to the attic, and they find, on the wall, a radiant, flawless portrait of a beautiful young Dorian, perfect again, and on the floor, a withered, wrinkled, hideous dead man with a knife in his chest. They only recognize him by the rings on his fingers. It's Dorian Gray himself.
The whole account crashes back onto the real him. He stabbed the back end, and the knife landed on his actual body. Because the painting was never something else. It was him. Front end and back end, the whole time. The same person.
Wilde writes a line in the book that's basically the verdict. Each man lived his own life and paid his own price for living it.
That's the whole thing. You can outsource your face to a filter, your persona to an AI avatar, mute your conscience in the attic, but that ledger never disappears. You just move it somewhere you can't see, and it compounds. Fate never closes her accounts. She just adds it up, slowly.
So what is this 130-year-old book trying to tell us in 2026?
I think it's you can escape everyone else's eyes, but you can't escape the back end nobody sees. We pour more and more energy into the flawless avatar out front, and the thing that actually comes back to collect is the real self we left to rot because we figured nobody was watching. Dorian's tragedy isn't that he got ugly. It's that he believed unseen means doesn't exist.
Beauty you can outsource. The price you can't. Conscience you can mute, but it doesn't disappear. It just sits in the attic, keeping your books, one entry at a time. That's the picture of Dorian Gray, a prediction about the age of filters, written 130 years before the filters existed.
So next time you finish retouching a photo and your thumb is hovering over share, take 1 second and ask, that unretouched version, the one locked in the attic, how's it doing in there?
This is Story Never End, reading yesterday's classics through today's eyes. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.